Storytelling, Ron. Horrible news. As we know, the Catholic Church is always being blamed for the priest scandal, right? The priest sex scandal, and you hear that in comedians. You hear that all the time on comments, and they always mix the Catholic Church with the Protestants and all. They don't care. They just attack anything that has to do with Christ. So here's the article, came out recently on Gateway Pundit. Forbidden fruit in the classroom, the huge American sex abuse scandal that educators scandalously suppress. This is the public school system. We're being forced to believe in this and take our kids to it. And the Democrats are doing everything they can to shut down homeschools and every private school and every what's the other school? Charter schools. Democrats want their claws in it. Why? Because they want to control this. And and this is a very long article, but let me just get one thing here. This says, oh man, I had it highlighted. The rate of the educator's sexual misconduct is 10 times higher in 1 year's time than in 5 decades of abuse by clergy. This is Terry Miller, head of the Stop Educator Sexual Abuse, Misconduct, and Exploitation. 2021, the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops reported it had received nearly 4,300 sexual abuse allegations. Another striking contrast is that we're not mandated to send our children to church. We are mandated to send them to school. So the church is being blamed for something that's so minuscule compared to the public schools, which they're not going to talk about that because that's the Democrat church right there. That's their church, government. So another thing you need to know is that between 1950, here's abuselawsuit.com, between 1950 and 2002, 81% of victims abused by Catholic clergy members were male. So the victims were male. And the vast majority of them were over 10, but I would say when I saw in a Catholic place, they said that the males were mostly teenagers. So it was gay priests pretending, or fake priests that were gay men going into the church, doing this, and coming after the boys. And this is the thing that they've declared. I'm going to go to this real quick. Okay, so this here is it's a record in a library of the Gay Community News. This was it just states that this was like the center of communication for all things for the gay advocacy in the 80s and 70s and 80s. Okay, and Michael Swift put this in here. Obviously, it's sort of like a essay, whatever, poem. He's a poet and a revolutionary. Now, he obviously says this is a madness, a tragic, cruel fantasy, an eruption of inner rage on how the oppressed desperately dream of being the oppressor. But this is like him saying this is the voice of the gay. We shall sodomize your sons, emblems of feeble masculinity, of your shallow dreams and vulgar lies. We shall seduce them in your schools, in your dormitories, in your gymnasiums, in your locker rooms, in your sports arenas, in your seminaries, in your youth groups. So they're saying they want to come after our sons, and they want to... the family unit, spawning ground of lies, betrayals, mediocrity, hypocrisy. So they want to destroy the family unit. They want to raise their private armies to defeat us. They want to expose the homosexuals who masquerade as heterosexuals in the community. They want to write love poems between men. They want to stage plays. They want to do documentaries, which is what they're doing. All churches who condemn us will be closed. Our only gods are handsome young men. We adhere to a cult of beauty, moral, and aesthetics. All that is ugly and vulgar and banal will be annihilated. Since we are alienated from middle-class heterosexual conventions, we are free to live our lives according to the dictates of our pure imagination. So they want to come after Christianity. They want to destroy it. And this is speaking out. This is their Gay Community News. I understand that he's trying to, cop out as it being a fantasy, but it's their fantasy, and their fantasy is what they want to make into reality. Do I hate gays? No, I don't hate gays, but I'm just telling you, I'm warning you, as Christians, this is a very serious situation. Now, and this is, I was just looking for the gay stuff here, but researching. But anyway, Alabama drag queen teacher resigns after going viral for talking about how he introduces LGBT ideology to students. And they got podcasts, and they're preaching this. And the Catholic Church doesn't preach sexualizing kids. And if they do, they kick them out. And hopefully the controversies that are going on even at the Vatican are not going to permeate the rest of the church, because I know there's even homosexual controversies at the Vatican. But the Catholic Church, the members of the church, are not gay. They don't want to sodomize the sons and seduce them and destroy the church and destroy the family. But the gays do, and the LGBTQ agenda does. I mean, and I don't mean, I don't mean every gay man. Hello, I follow and listen to Dave Rubin and that other guy that's fighting the Islamic thing. So I'll do a video on that. But I just wanted to get this across that the agenda is of the LGBTQ is going into the churches, going after our sons, and you need to be aware of that. And you need to. What's the solution then? Well, the solution is not to hate. The solution is to strengthen your church. Get back to your church, rebuild the church, make sure that the pastor or priest is talk to them about LGBT. Are you for it or against it? If they're for it, either get rid of them and fight it, or move on to another church that is against it. And I don't mean against it like oppressive. I mean it's a sin. It's a sin, and we have to tell them it's a sin. We're Christians. We do not go out and attack or hurt anyone physically. I mean, we're going to hurt them spiritually or mentally, I guess, because what we say is going to be offensive to them. But we have to do that, and we have to clean out our churches too. You got to go to a church where they will say homosexuality is a sin. If they can't say that, and not equivocating or anything, if they can't say that, that's not the church. It's not a church. Pro-life. The pastor preaches from the book, doesn't pick out themes. He occasionally, but he literally goes through the Bible and does sermons on it. So I'm going to try to do these quick little videos just to get out point after point, because obviously they're getting out point after point, and I as a Christian get to say my point too, because that's how freedom works. Yay! All right, so in the game of life, be nice, be kind, but say the word and be strong, be brave for the Lord, and roll holy dice.